Good morning, grade 1 students. Welcome to your second term of this session, right? We have entered the final term, that is the second term. I hope you all are excited to learn something new in this term. Yes? Yeah, great. Now you have come after some time after your exams, so I hope you all are fresh, energetic, active, right? Because now again you have to learn few things, you have to study few things, right? Yes. So today is the first day of week 13th, and this is the first uh, week of your second term, right? Now the unit that we are going to do, I'm going to tell you the name of that unit in a minute. First, I'm going to show you a picture. Look at that picture very carefully, and I'm going to ask you some questions related to that picture. Okay, ready? There you go. Here is the picture. Can you all see my screen, children? Now, what is this picture about? This picture is about a bridge. Very good. And what is this? This is also another type of bridge. Yes? Yes or no? And this is another type of bridge. There are, and this is also another kind of a bridge. Now, have you seen these type of bridge, children? Have you seen these type of bridges? Yes, you might have seen in your city, in your country, or you might have seen in movies, right? So see, you can see the difference between all these bridges. This bridge is a little different. This bridge is a little different. And this bridge is also a little different. This one is also a little different. Now, all these bridges are different from one another. So that means there are different types of bridges, and this is our topic for today. Is our topic? Our topic is bridges. Bridges. This is our topic, a new unit. And there are different types of bridges. Now you can see these are the picture of different types of bridges: arch bridge, suspension bridge, beam bridge, and cantilever bridge. Now, these are different types of bridges which we are going to study in this unit. Now, we are going to study what are these bridges, what type of these bridges are, how they are made, how they are different from one another, right? Because you know bridges are very important. Why they are important? Because they lesser your time. They make your time less of traveling, right? When there are bridges built, so you can easily travel on bridge rather than going to on the road downward. So it save your time. So it's very important for you people to learn what are these bridges. Now, I want you to open page number 48 of your Nelson English and look at these pictures. Here you can easily see these three different types of bridges. Arch, this is arch bridge, this is beam, and this is suspension. Now can you see what is the difference between these three bridges? Yes, yes, they are made differently, right? And the material which is used is also different from one another. So this is what we are going to learn in this lesson. Now let's start reading. Now types of, here is a part of a book about bridges. Again, this is a book. They are telling, they are giving this information in a book. From that book, they have taken out this information. Okay, so this is a part of a book. Now here is a part of a book about bridges, types of bridges. There are three main types of bridges: arch bridge, beam bridge, and suspension bridge. Now what is arch bridge? Arches are very strong. The two ends of arch must be fixed firmly so that they don't move. Now, you can see the two ends here, one end and two ends. So they should be very, very strong and must be fixed firmly so that it cannot move and heavy traffic can also go on that type of bridge, right? So this is what it is, arch bridge. Now, beam bridges. Some of the earliest bridges were beam bridges. Beam bridges were the earliest ones. Now, the beam might be a tree trunk or a flat piece of stone resting on the bank on each side of a river. Now you can see this is a beam bridge. It is on a side of a river. So modern beam bridges are often made of steel or concrete. Long beam bridges sometimes have piers to support the middle. So they have piers to support the middle. These are the beam bridges. Now, what are suspension bridges? Some of the longest bridges in the world are suspension. Suspension bridges are the longest bridges and they usually support a road. They usually support a road and this hangs from two sets of very strong cables fixed to tall towers at each end of the bridge. They are supported by two sets of cables which are fixed to a tall towers. You can see in this picture how this is, and the picture which I have shown you, that was the suspension bridge because they are made on tall towers and they have very strong cables, and so that heavy traffic can easily travel, right? So you can see in this picture of mine, I will share it again. What is, this was the arch bridge and this is beam. This is also an arch bridge. This is the suspension bridge. It is built on tall towers and cables, right? So these were the different types of three bridges. So this means that they have given this information in a book, right? When I'm talking about a book, it means that what does a book has? When you open your book, if you open your book, what is there on the first page? These are the contents. They are the index. It tells you that which topic is on which page. So this is also we are going to learn in this lesson, that what is an index, right? Now, if you turn the page and come to 49, you can see an index is a list of subjects in the book. It goes at the back of the book and sometimes it is also in the front of the book and written in alphabetical order. But it is not necessary that all the books have index in alphabetical order. Like your book, it doesn't have index in alphabetical order. An index shows which page to look at to each subject. Here is a part of index from a book about bridges. Now, this also, this book has this index which tells you about bridges, that what are cables. If you want to find, you look at this page. If you want to find about beam bridge, you go to this page. So index tells you about the main subject, the main topics, that if you want to look at this topic, you go on that page rather than opening the whole book and going through all the pages again. You can easily look at the index and find out that which page you want to look at, which page you want to find your information which you are looking in this book. So that's an index, and that's about the bridges, right? So that means what we have done, we have learned about different three types of bridges. Now, what are the three types of bridges? Arch bridge, beam bridge, and suspension bridge. These are the three types of bridges. Now, what were some of the earliest bridges called? They were called beam bridges. The earliest bridges were called beam bridges, correct. And what are modern beam bridges often made from? They are often made from of steel or concrete. Yes or no? Correct. And what often supports the middle of the long bridge, that is the pier. What type of bridge are the longer bridges in the world? They are the suspension bridge. Very good. Suspension bridge are the longest bridge. Okay. Now, what do suspension bridge hang from? What do they hang from? They usually they hang from two sets of very strong cables fixed to tall towers at each end of the bridge. They are hang from very strong cables, right? Like you have seen in the picture and like you have seen in your book also, and the picture which I shared with you, right? So that was all about the lesson that we did. That was about bridges. You can search, you can go through on internet and search these bridges. You can find these bridges if you write down, and the name of the countries also where these bridges are found. Okay, do find out this information. I will ask you that where did you find any bridge in the world which are arch bridge, beam bridges? Do find it out and write their names, and we are going to discuss this in our next class. Now what you are going to do, you are going to do question number A on page number 50. There are 6 questions which we discussed. Do write it down in your notebook. Since these are 6 questions, a lot of writing is going to take place. So I'm going to give you 12 minutes and your time starts now. Okay class, time is up, time is up. Have you written? Have you written all the answers? Okay, you can WhatsApp me. I'll check it later. So that means what we learned in this lesson? We have learned about different types of bridges, and there are 3 types of bridges that you know. I'm going to ask you a question about this. So do revise all these bridges and do the homework which I'll be posting on portal. Okay, but if you have any issue, just leave that. Your homework will be from your workbook page related to this topic. Okay, class? So that means this topic is clear to you? Yes or no? Very good. I was very happy that you answered me all the questions and you did the task on time. Now, the other thing which I want to tell you is that this is your second term again. You need to remember all the things that we have discussed in the first term related to the class rules. Rules are very important, class. You should remember all these rules. Okay, so what was the first rule? Switch on the camera. What was the second? Raise your hand if you want to say something. Third rule, listen to your teacher's instructions. Very good. Good job. Remember these rules, okay? We will be recapping this at least once a week. You should know all these rules, and I'm not going to answer your questions unless and until you follow these rules. Okay, class? All right, so see you next time in your science lesson. Bye-bye. Have a nice time.